Hello, everyone. For my word genealogy project, I chose the word artificial. Today, I will explore how the meaning of this word has evolved over time from its origin in craftsmanship and artistry to its modern association with technology and authenticity. Today, most people associate this word with things like artificial intelligence, artificial flavors, or artificial flowers. In many cases, the word is used to describe something that is not natural or even something that is fake. However, the history of this word tells a much different story. Let's take a deep dive into how the word artificial started out as a word used to celebrate craftsmanship and translated into modern times, being associated with words like fake and unnatural. My thesis is that the history of the word artificial demonstrates how social and technological changes transform a word that once celebrated human craftsmanship into one that is often associated with imitation, artificial intelligence, and the questions of authenticity. According to Etymology Online, the earliest form of the word can be traced to the Latin word artificem, which meant artistry, craftsmanship, or skill. The original meaning of the word has a positive connotation because it is referred to something created through human talent and expertise. Later, the medieval Latin word artificius meant produced by human skill, skilled, or artist. As the word moved into Old French, and eventually English, its meaning began to change. Etymology explains that by the early 15th century, artificial referred to something made by human skill and labor. While the word still referred to human creation, it increasingly emphasized the difference between something natural or something intentionally made by people. The first major shift occurred during the 16th and 17th centuries. According to Etymology Online, by the 1640s, the word had developed meanings such as fictitious and to assume. This is important because the word was no longer simply describing craftsmanship. Instead, it was beginning to describe something that was not entirely genuine or natural. A second meaning shift can be seen in the modern usage. Midwestern still defines artificial as made, produced, or done by humans. However, many of the words common synonyms include fake, false, mocking, and simultaneously, this suggests that the modern speaker often associates artificial with something less authentic than the original version. A second meaning shift can be seen in modern usage. Still defines artificial as made, produced, or done by humans. However, many of the words that suggest this, modern speakers often associate artificial intelligence with something less authentic than the original version. The shift becomes even more interesting when we consider artificial intelligence. Today, many people debate whether AI generated content is authentic, original, or even trustworthy. In the article, how students and educators continue to wrestle with questions of accuracy, accountability, and originality when using AI technologies. These discussions demonstrate the word artificial continues to evolve as society develops new technology. The Eagler Encyclopedia Technology and Politics explains that language evolves alongside social and technological challenge. Words gain new meaning as people use them in different contexts and apply them to new experiences. The history of artificial provides a clear example of this process. Once described skilled craftsmanship, often describes technology imitation in something perceived as less authentic. What I found most surprising during this project was learning that the original meaning of artificial was actually positive and celebrated craftsmanship. When I hear the word today, I do not associate the word with the original definition. I usually think of artificial sweeteners, artificial intelligence, or something fake. I do not immediately think of artistry, creativity, or craftsmanship. Learning the word's history completely changed how I understand its meaning. In conclusion, the history of the word artificial shows that language is not fixed and can be evolved. The word began in a way to describe human skills and artist creation, but over time it developed an association with imitation, artificiality, and modern technology. As artificial intelligence continues to grow, the meaning of the word may continue to evolve. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I enjoyed learning about the history of the word artificial, and I hope you found its evolution as interesting as I did.